Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the living card game, Night of the Zealot, where we are on scenario 2, the Midnight Masks, and we're just about to go into episode 12 and turn 20, but not before we go through an error from last turn. Oh yes. Last turn's error was because I got the keywords prey and hunter mixed up. Prey does not take precedence over hunter. Hunter takes precedence over prey. So the way I played it with having Wendy here and the masked hunter was here, it would have actually gone to Wendy. But anybody watching the episode would know that I was trying to avoid that. So what I would have done, if I'd been properly aware, I would have made sure that Wendy moved to downtown. That way she'd have been equidistant from Miskatonic University, as far away from it as Roland. Then Prey would have took over and we would have chosen for the masked hunter to go where it did go, which is Rivertown. So in order to fix it, and so I don't have to mess around with an enemy phase or anything, and because, as I say, it was obviously my intention that it wouldn't go to Wendy, I have moved her with her final action to downtown. But what that does mean, it means she couldn't pick up the final card of her action phase, which was elusive. So she couldn't have picked that up. So imagine that is still in the deck. When we got to the upkeep phase, she would have picked it up because it would have been top of the deck. So let's put that there. Now the card that she did pull at the end of last episode was Opportunist. So she wouldn't have picked this. So let's put it back on top of the draw deck. So there we are. We have fixed it. Unfortunately, we do know what is now top of her draw deck. But Opportunist is a pretty bobbins card anyway. It's not like it's amazing or anything. So we'll just have to put up with that, I'm afraid. But those are the changes from last turn. Hunter takes precedence over Prey. So that means I had to move Wendy to downtown. So that is it for our corrections. I've had a bit of a change around. Only a little one, because I sort of... I think I've got everything right. I think it's all set up as last turn. What happened, I got a delivery today of my Arkham Horror LCG playmat, the one that I designed myself. So I thought, oh, I'll put it up and it'll look all nice and funky. The only problem is it's huge. And I sort of got halfway through taking this down and putting the playmat down, and I realised it wouldn't fit on my table. And what I have to do in order to use it would be to put it on the floor, but with the table already being up and everything, I thought, well, I can't be bothered doing that. So what I did was I put everything back. I think I've put it all back correctly, but yeah, I think it's all correct. But if there's anything like, you know, if I've missed like clue off anywhere or anything like that, do let me know. But I think I've got it exactly the way it was. I'll give you a quick look at the mat. I've got it folded into a quarter, just to show you the size of the thing. So as you can see, it's absolutely massive, and this is just a quarter. So it's got an in-play section, a sort of a threat section, and then here at the bottom it's got a place for investigator card and tokens and assets and stuff. But as you can see, that is just a quarter size of it. It's 48 inches by 48 inches, so the only place that's going to fit is on the actual floor. What I'll do is, won't use it for this playthrough because this is all set up now for Night of the Zealot. What I will do is, if I do a standalone playthrough of Curse of the Rougarou or the new Carnival one, then I'll just set it up on the floor and we'll get to see it then. As it is, it's a bit too much of a pain to set up, so I'm not going to do it. But I'm very impressed with the mat. It's very nice. I look forward to using it in the future. Right, that is it for the introduction. So let's get on with turn 20 and the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. So first things first, doom. So that puts us up to 10 o'clock. Nightmare. So we've only got 2 doom to play around with. Oh, phone went off. Next up, what have we got? We've got encounter cards, because we don't have to flip the agenda. So our first encounter card is for Roland. And he gets Hunting Shadow, a curse. Peril, we can't tell anybody else about it. Shh. Revelation, you must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. Well, we're going to spend the clue, because I don't think... We've got 4 clues that could promote another cultist, but I really think we're just going to only have time for Peter Warren and for this masked hunter. I don't think we're going to have time for anything else. He's down to 5 health, so that's pushing it a bit. So he's going to spend the clue instead. Rid of that. And he spends a clue, leaving him with 1. Next, it's Wendy. And she gets... Oh, what? Hunting Night Gaunt. Combat 3, health 4. Well, at least its agility's only 1. We should be able to dodge it. Monster Night Gaunt, Hunter. While attempting to evade a Hunting Night Gaunt, double the negative modifier of each revealed chaos token. Oh, no wonder it's 1 bloody agility. So if you get a -2, it'll be a -4. Oh. They had no faces at all to smile with, but only a suggestive blankness where a face ought to be. H.P. Lovecraft. We have got manual dexterity. We may... So what, 4 against 1 with manual dexterity? Yeah, we should be able to get by it anyway, but could have done without that. Right, so that goes into her threat area straight away. And that is it for the Mythos phase. Next up is the investigation phase. And here we are at the investigation phase. And I think we'll have Roland go first. I've got a bit of a plan. Fortunately, Wendy's, I think, will still be okay to carry out. Main thing is, we need to get rid of this guy and get those 2 doom off him, because if we take those 2 doom off, it will give us more time. So we are going to concentrate on trying to get rid of the masked hunter. So the first action, we are going to put dynamite blast into play. That is going to cost us 5 resources. Let's take those. Put them in the supply. Dynamite blast goes off, and we're going to chuck it into Rivertown, unsurprisingly, which means we put 3 damage onto the masked hunter. That is a great start. What are we going to do next? Next, we're going to move for our second action, and we are going to move into Rivertown. Now the first thing that's going to do is it's going to cause the masked hunter to go into our threat area. So let's do that. Take his damage with him and his 2 doom. So we've got 1 action left. With our final action, we're going to shoot at him. So that is going to cost us 1 bullet. So we're getting +1 from the 45 automatic, 4 from Roland himself, which is 5. We're going to play Unexpected Courage, which is going to give us 7. So that is 7 against 4. So we need a -3 or better. And we get a -1, which is plenty good enough. Because of that, we're also going to play Vicious Blow, So if this skill test is successful during an attack, that attack deals +1 damage. Okay, because it's a skill. So that is coolness. That means 3. We've got 1 from the automatic, 1 from Roland himself, and 1 from Vicious Blow. So there we go. 6 damage. Woo! And remember, we've still got a guard dog if we need it. So that is his actions, and we've struck a major blow against the cult, I think, there. So move these down. And there are no clues on the location, so we can't use his special ability or anything. So let's get across to Wendy and see what she's going to do and how she's going to deal with the Night Gaunt. And here we are with Wendy. The first thing she's going to do is, because it's her turn, she's going to play Elusive, which is a tactic, and it's fast. So it's not going to cost us an action. Disengage from each enemy engaged with you and move to a revealed location with no enemies. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to spend 2 of our resources. Play that. Now, unfortunately, we cannot go straight. Ideally, I would have wanted to go straight to Rivertown, but can't. We've got to go somewhere that has no enemies. So we're going to go to East Town. And what she's going to do in East Town is she's going to move. We do not exhaust. We just unengage from this guy. So because we're unengaged, it doesn't follow us. Normally it'd follow you, but that's what Elusive does. It allows you to stop being engaged with a monster. You don't exhaust it because we haven't evaded it. There wasn't the word evade on there. You just sort of give it the slip, I suppose. But you don't actually evade it. So it isn't exhausted. At least that's how I read it anyway. I was just checking it before when I was trying to get all my ducks in a row. Disengage from each enemy engaged with you and move to a revealed location with no enemies. Yeah, so you don't evade, I don't think. So she's moved there. It was fast, so she didn't use a action. She's going to use a first action now, though. And she is going to move into Rivertown. What is she going to do in Rivertown? Now, we've got a bit of a choice here. She can attack, but she's got to make sure she hits, because otherwise she will end up stabbing Roland, and she's not that brilliant at the actual combat. I say we try and engage it. So we're going to engage it across for our second action. For our third action, we are going to try and evade this guy, but we definitely want to make sure that we evade it. Ooh, cost 5. Cost 5. Can't do it. I got it mixed up. I thought it cost 4. I was going to take a resource and then automatically evade it. But no matter. I think we can still evade it. So it's got 2. We'll play manual dexterity, which will give us an extra 2. So that is 6 agility against 2. So even if we get a -4, we can evade. We just don't want a tentacle. That's -3, I think. So we still managed it. Let's read. -3 if you fail. We didn't fail, so that's cool. Let's get rid of manual dexterity. Now, because we passed and that guy gets exhausted, let's just do it like this. That is now exhausted because it's been evaded. So what we're going to do is we've got 3 resources left and we're going to play backstab. Fight. This attack uses agility instead of combat. This attack deals 2 damage. Oh, in fact, she could have done that at the beginning. I'm getting it mixed up with sneak attack, aren't I? Yeah, we'll exhaust this guy. So it's exhausted. It's got all the stuff on it. Let's just check what I did. We gave the Night Gaunt the slip. We moved. Then we evaded for our 3rd action. Oh no. 2nd action. Evading the Night Gaunt was free, wasn't it? So we moved. We've evaded the Masked Hunter. For our 3rd action. I'm wondering whether to finish it off, you see. No, I'll tell you what we'll do. For our 3rd action, we're going to move. So we're moving to Miskatonic University and Mr. Warren. So let's have a look at Miskatonic University. Arkham. Miskatonic University is one of the most prestigious colleges in the Northeast. The university library is famous for its collection of occult books maintained by the esteemed Dr. Henry Armitage. Very good. Reveal it. So it's got a Shroud of 4. It's going to get 4 clues. Location Arkham. As an action, search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell card and then add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Well, that's not good for either Wendy or Roland. Pretty much a Wendy or a Agnes sort of location, really. The campus is quiet and lonely. Several of the buildings have been left unlocked for students and faculty working late into the night, and it's got a victory point. Okay, put that back. Let's just get 4 clues. And Peter goes into our threat area and becomes engaged, but that's okay because that's what we want him to do. On there, because we've still got 1 action, and with our final action we are going to spend an action to parlay. Spend 2 clues. Add Peter Warren to the victory display. Woo! Bye bye Peter. He goes on here. This goes up to 5 victory points. And we spend 2 clues. Excellent. So that is the end of her investigation phase. We've still got a hunting Night Gaunt, but it's too far away. Can't get to it, either of us, so that's good. This guy's exhausted, so that's good. He can't attack during the enemy phase, and let's polish him off next turn. So long as nothing bad happens in the Mythos phase, and we don't get an additional doom. We're going to get 1 doom, but not 2, hopefully. We will see anyway. Okay, right. So, end of the investigation phase. Next up is the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. So, we've got a hunter that isn't exhausted, which is the Night Gaunt. It's just going to go to the nearest. We can choose because it's equidistant, so it's going to head towards Roland. Yes, that's a good idea, I think. This guy's exhausted, so he just stays where he is. That's brilliant. That's the end of the enemy phase. Let's get on to the upkeep phase. And here we are at the upkeep phase. So let's get all our actions back. And exhausted cards. So this guy is unexhausted. And immediately he comes back to the threat area. but he's not quite as cocky as he was before now. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so he's back there. That is it for refreshed cards, I think. There's nothing else. So we've got to draw a card each. First up is Roland. Overpower. Brilliant. Just what we need. Max 1 committed per skill test. If this test is successful, draw another card. Look at that. 2 beautiful combat. Skill. Love it. After him, it's Wendy. Oh, I was wondering what it is. Of course, it's opportunist. We put it at the top of the deck, idiot. So she finally gets her opportunist card. We'll put that there, and we get a resource each. So a resource for Wendy and a resource for Roland. And that is it, I think, for the upkeep phase. So let's move on into the Mythos phase. And here we are at the Mythos phase of turn 21. So the first thing we have to do is Doom. So we're up to 11 o'clock, but hopefully we'll be able to kill the... oh, it's out of shot. Oh no, it isn't. Be able to kill the Masked Hunter this turn. The great thing is, even if something comes on with an encounter card that's got Doom on it, doesn't matter, because this is the only time that we can flip that agenda. That's gone past. We're now picking the cards out. So even if we get extra Doom, we don't have to deal with it till the next Mythos phase, and hopefully we can resign before then if things are looking bleak. So anyway, our first card is False Lead. Right, Revelation. If you have no clues, False Lead gains Surge. Well, we have 1 clue. If you have 1 or more clues, test Intellect 4. For each point you fail by, place 1 of your clues on your location. Right, so his intellect is 3. So we need +1. We're not going to throw anything at it, because hopefully once we kill the Masked Hunter we'll get it back anyway. So a 0. Oh, what a pity. We missed by 1. That means this clue goes on to this location. Well, as I say, hopefully we'll be able to get that back. Let's get rid of False Lead. And our next encounter card is Acolyte. Oh, so this is Wendy, and 3. Oh no, it goes on an empty location anyway. 3 combat, only 1 health. It's got 2 agility. Humanoid cultist. Go on an empty location, forced. After Acolyte enters play, place 1 Doom on it. Doesn't matter, we've gone past the flip. It was only a small sacrifice, so hopefully if we can get there we can kill it anyway. So this has got to go on an empty location. So we've got Southside, our house, East Town, Downtown, or Northside. I'm going to put it on Northside. Then hopefully Roland, while he's running away from the Night Gaunt, he could go up there, kill that there, and it doesn't matter about obscuring fog and locked door and all that cobblers. He'll be able to use his special ability and get a clue. Woohoo! Okay, right, so that... Oh, we've got to put Doom on it. So we are at midnight, but we're not at the part of the game where we get to flip the agenda. So we have a chance. We have a chance. We should get two Doom back. And talking of that, in order to get those 2 Doom back off the Masked Hunter, we'll have to fight it. So let's get into the investigation phase. And here we are with Roland, who's obviously going to go first. So he's going to spend an action. He's also going to spend a bullet, because he's going to attack. And we have Overpower. and we're definitely going to spend that. So that is 1, 2, 3, and his 4, 7, so it's exactly the same again. It's 7 against 4. And that's a -2, so we're fine. We put our final 2 damage on him. Goodbye. And he goes into our victory pile, which now gives us 7 victory points, and I've only got a D6 on it. Let's get another D6, won't be a second. There we go, so we've got 7 victory points. Cool. 2 doom come off. That's the important thing. That goes back to 10 o'clock. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And we killed something, so we can use his special ability and get that clue back. Overpowered goes. Get rid of that. Get rid of the damage, and that's it. I think that's it for that action. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. What's he going to do next? Well, I think I should have put that acolyte at Southside or his house, shouldn't I? Ugh. Yeah, and then he could have gone and killed it. As it is, he's got 2 actions now. Oh no, we can still kill the acolyte. We've got guard dog. So he's going to use his last 2 actions to go 1, 2 into Northside. Yes. In enemy phase, the acolyte will attack, and we can use guard dog. It's only got 1 health, and kill it. Excellent, we could get back to 9. Woohoo, 9 o'clock. That is it for his investigation phase. So next up it is Wendy Adams. And here we are with Wendy. So she is in the Miskatonic University. There is not much chance of picking those clues up. Oh, what can she do? Well, I suppose she could kill the... No, I think we'll leave the acolyte for Roland. Could she kill the Night Gaunt? She could move for 2. She's got Will to Survive. Fast, play during your turn. Until the end of your turn, do not reveal chaos tokens for any skill tests you perform. So 1, 2. She'd have 2 actions left. She could throw the knife. That'd be 2 damage. I think if you throw it, it's 2 damage. Yep, so it'd be a damage from her and a damage from the knife. So that'd be 2. Then she could evade it, I think. No. No. We need it where, yeah, say it comes to her. If it comes to her, she's got 4. And do it that way. Oh! What am I talking about? I'm just concentrating on the Night Gaunt there, aren't I? We'll play Will to Survive and we'll get the clues. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Duh. So we'll play Will to Survive. That'll cost 4. It's fast. Start of our turn. That is played. We do not draw any chaos tokens. And 1, 2, 3 actions are investigation actions. We're going to get 3 clues. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 clues. Should I get the final clue? Yeah, I get the final clue because we get a victory point. So, whoop. Yes, I think that's pretty good. So that's an extra victory point. We're on 8 victory points. That's fantastic. So that is the end of her investigation phase. Let's move on to the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. So our hunters will move. So we'll have the night gaunt. Again, equidistant. They're both 2 away. So the night gaunt is going to go to Roland because it's our choice. Then the acolyte, because it's at Roland's location. Bugger. In fact, it should have been engaged with him. Apologies about that. Hang on, I'll just sort this out. Alright, just pulled out a bit so we can see it a bit better. So this is engaged. It goes to do its 1 damage. But we're going to have that 1 damage go on to guard dog. Guard dog is going to do a damage back. The acolyte has bit the dust. Excellent. Not only has the acolyte bit the dust, we get another clue. Woohoo! Cool. Excellent stuff. So that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So just having a think. Is there anything else to do in the enemy phase? Oh, yes. Doom. Goes down to 9. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Can we get a 5th cultist? I think we can. We've got 3 left. I think we can have at least 1 more go at trying to get 1 more cultist. So we will see how we go. But that is fantastic. Right, let's get into the upkeep phase. And here we are at the upkeep phase. So first things first, refresh our actions. Any exhausted cards? No, there are not. So it's a card each. Elder Sign Amulet. Well, this is a bit late. Actually, he's done all right on his sanity. This had been pretty cool early on though. So cost 2 asset. It's got a willpower and a wildcard icon. Item relic. This has been in my family for generations. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. So that gives us a nice buff of 4. Should we equip it? A nice sanity buff. That is Roland. Pick a card for Wendy. What's she got? Hard Knocks. This is quite good as well. So cost 2. It's got a combat and an agility icon. It's a talent. It's a sort of free action. Spend 1 resource. You get +1 combat for this skill test. Or spend 1 resource and you get +1 agility for this skill test. Pretty good. We haven't gone over any sort of hand limit, and we get a resource each. Cool. That is the end of the upkeep phase, and that has gone pretty well. I think we have done very, very well again there. In fact, it's gone so well I may hold out for 1 more cultist, because we've got 3 Doom left. I don't think we've got enough for 2. And the only reason we can go for the extra one is because we used, what was it called? Will to Survive. That allowed us to get all those clues. So we will be able to spend 4 clues next turn. We should be able to get to, it'll either be the graveyard or the hospital. There's nothing in the way, although we may get something rubbish in the encounter draw. But even if we do, even if we get something rubbish in the encounter draw, I mean, we can always resign. We've got the option of resigning now, so I think we can try for 1 more cultist. I don't think we'll get 2. If we keep Roland where he is, the Night Gaunt is going to catch up with him, and he's got a bullet left, but He could always gain a resource and equip his 38 special. And we've got the guard dog as well. The guard dog's good for one more. So perhaps if he stayed there, he could get another clue. We're pushing it. We are pushing it though. Let's see what comes out. We'll generate the next cultist. If it's easy to get and we can do it, then we'll get that cultist, then we'll resign. Other than that, yeah, it's just a let's just see how it goes. But we'll certainly not resign yet. We'll just see if we can get that extra cultist. Okay, so that is the end of episode 12, and a very good episode it was. I'm very pleased with that episode. I must have made a mistake somewhere. So if you have spotted that mistake, please let me know, and I will try and fix it. Hopefully it isn't game breaking and horrendous, because I'm rather chuffed with that turn. So I would prefer that I haven't done something wrong. I think we were okay, and though the Doom did go up to 12 at one point, I think that discussion we had in a previous episode whereby the agenda doesn't flip until you actually get to the next Mythos phase, so I think that was fine. And we got by that with the skin of our teeth. I think we did a good job in killing the masked hunter, and Wendy did a fabulous job just giving that night go on the slip, and yeah, then exhausting the masked hunter and then sorting Peter Warren out. I think that was pretty cool. So I hope I did that correctly. But yes, very pleased with that turn. What I'm really liking about this game is you really have to think. And it's very much like Arkham Horror in that respect, the actual board game. You do have to think. It's just not, you know, it's not like getting a load of cards and just banging them down. With these cards, you're really thinking about how you're going to get around, how you're going to like evade or like get some damage on some monsters. And that was a really enjoyable turn. I really enjoyed that. Like in between, I really had to think in between phases. It took me a while. This is probably getting up to 40 minutes of actual play time. So I better shut up, we're in. But yes, I'm very impressed with the game this turn. Not only because like I did quite well, hopefully did quite well if I didn't make an error, but because of the amount of thought I had to put in it. It was a good turn. I really enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. As I say, if you have made an error, because it seemed to go pretty swimmingly well, so I've probably cocked up somewhere. But yes, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the views, for all the subscriptions, and for all the likes, and for all the strategy tips and pointing out where I go wrong. All that sort of stuff is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who's been to Board Game Links to upvote the site. That's amazing. And those people have been forgetting until recently. Anybody who's been across to BGG to actually like any of the threads or any of the videos that pop up over there, that's fantastic too. Thank you. So that is it for episode 12. I hope you join me for episode 13 of Arkham Horror, the living card game, Night of the Zealot, where it'll probably be our last turn dealing with the Midnight Masks. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.